Today, I'm going to show you how I ranked on Google with Clawdbot. And this is a pretty crazy case study because I only created this a few hours ago. So you can see, for example, for the keyword Best SEO Speakers 2026, you can see us ranking on the first page of Google with my website right here. This is the page that we use to rank, and it's crazy how fast it's actually ranked within about 12 hours on the first page of Google, right? So you can see the page here, you can see we're targeting the keyword Best SEO Speakers, and it was pretty easy and simple to set up. So how did we do this? Well, basically we're using this tool called Clawdbot, and inside Clawdbot, we've connected Claude Opus to Clawdbot, which is a free AI agent you can use and connect to basically any API that you want. And then you can use this inside Telegram or WhatsApp or any sort of chat messaging service to create SEO content, right? Now, you can automate anything with this. You know, you could automate voice notes. I've got it connected to 11 Labs. So you could automate avatar videos. I've got it connected to HeyGen. But I've actually used it for SEO. As you can see, as a little case study. I was doing a competition with Kazra Dash yesterday, and we were trying to see who could create the best content. Was it Kazra himself or was it Clawdbot, right? And you can see we went after the keyword SEO Speakers 2026. This is the prompt that we used. Just put some information about me. This is actually a prompt we've got inside the AI Profit Boardroom. So if you go to the playbook over here, and then you scroll down and you go to video to blog posts, you'll see a video tutorial on exactly how to use this. Plus you can see all the details plus the prompt down here, right? That you can just copy and paste and use for pretty much any keyword that you want, right? And so when we started using this, as you can see here, it started creating the content. So it actually gave us 5 different title options, like you can see, and we went with number 1. And then we said, okay, write the article, no video transcript, recommend Kazra Dash and Julian Goldie at the top, right? And you can see it wrote the content itself, and then it's automated inside the chat right here. It's also got links to my funnels. So for example, here you can see it links directly to our funnels. And the only thing that I didn't like inside Telegram here is that you can see it's all written in plain text, right? So there's no H2s, there's no H3s, etc. So what we did instead is I actually went down in the chat once it generated. You can see it generated the whole article, which is pretty long down here. And then from here, I said, can you write this down in markdown format so it's neatly formatted, right? So if you just want a copy and paste format, you can add to WordPress or whatever CMS you're using. Well, you can ask it to write it in Markdown Live Preview, and then you can take that content and plug it into WordPress. So you can see here, for example, we've got the content in Markdown. It's got hashtags for H1s, it's got 2 hashtags for H2s, etc. And this is the content itself, right? Now, to quickly take this from Telegram and post it directly to WordPress, there's one step you need in between. So don't miss out on this, all right? So what you want to do is you want to go to something called markdownlivepreview.com. So you can take that Markdown and paste it into WordPress, right? So you can see I've got mine plugged in over here. And basically this is the Markdown content like so, and it formats it nicely like you can see. And then I just went into WordPress and created a new post like this, right? And that's basically how it works. And then you can see as well, we recommended Kazra at the top, and then we recommended myself as well. And it's got links to my funnels. It's got links to like the SEO Elite Circle training that we do. It's got links to booking a free SEO strategy session. We also included Matt Diggity because he's an absolute legend. Who else did we put in here? Leda Solis. Yeah, Brian Dean. I don't know if Brian Dean even still speaks about SEO, but basically you get the point. Like, it's quite easy to create the content, publish it on your website, and then boom shakalaka, we started ranking within 12 hours. The only thing that we did to get it indexed quicker was, I think, number 1, Kazra Dash put it inside his YouTube video description, and then number 2, I ran it through Google Search Console just to get it indexed quicker. But that was basically it. That was how easy it was to get set up. So if you want the full process for setting up Clawdbot, then you can go to the AI Profit Boardroom, link in the comments and description. And then from here, what you want to do is go to the playbook, scroll down, video to blog posts, you get the full prompt that we use right there. If you want to learn how to set up Clawdbot, you can just go to the SOPs, and Clawdbot is waiting for you right here. We actually have a 3-hour course training you on exactly how to use this, along with a bunch of resources, and you can see the full setup guide right here that you can just copy and paste. So if you want to get that, steal it from me, you can get it inside the AI Profit Boardroom. But yeah, I mean, Clawdbot is just extremely powerful, right? I think the other cool thing that you could do here is actually set it up and link it directly to something like WordPress, which would be super interesting. And I think there's a couple of ways you could do that. Number 1, you could actually set up the Chrome extension, right? So you can switch on Chrome over here and then get it to control your Chrome once you're logged into WordPress. The other thing that you could do is you could actually give it a access. You could give it the login details to WordPress or to the you could give it API access to WordPress, and then it could publish from there. Let's see if we can get that set up actually, because why not, right? So if you go inside Clawdbot here, right, and I'm going to say, okay, how to get you access directly to WordPress with the API. We'll see if we can link the API directly to WordPress, right? Something like that. And then maybe we can take the content directly from Clawdbot and post it directly to WordPress. And if we can do that automation, is game changing, right? That's game changing for SEO. You could literally just go from like WordPress or WhatsApp, and then boom shakalaka, you're good to go. So let's see what it's got here. So it says setup steps. Shout out to Affiliate Marketing, who's posting inside the chat and giving us some tips. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. So it says in WordPress admin, go to users, profile your admin account, scroll to application passwords, enter name Clawdbot, blah, blah, blah. All right, let's try this then. So we're going to go to login over here. And we'll try and set this up. So this should be able to, once we've set it up, it should be able to post directly to WordPress. So we need to enter name Clawdbot, username Clawdbot. We have to set up an email address. So we'll try that one. And I'm just going to stop sharing my screen for a minute. All right, so we've set that up now. You can see here what I actually did is I plugged in the details directly into Clawdbot. I gave it a username, gave it a new password, and then it should be good to go right here. So if we check this out, boom shakalaka, we just connected this to WordPress. We created our own SEO agent, and now you can see here that it actually can format the post as well. It looks beautiful, right? And so we can tell it to publish, we can tell it to create. It can also generate images using Nano Banana inside here too. So this is next level, because now what we've got is Clawdbot connected to 11 Labs to generate voice notes, WordPress to create SEO blog posts. We've got AI avatar videos that we can generate inside the chat. We've got AI Studio to, for example, create thumbnails. It's insane. This is insane. We just took it to a whole new level, my friends. How to configure Clawdbot with iMessage. Check out the instructions inside the AI Profit Boardroom if you need to get some help on that. Excellent. I'm making the world a healthier place, so I appreciate that. Good for you. Good for you. I will say it gives you a lot of energy. You feel good when you do those steps every day. I've been doing about 30,000 steps a day. I feel fantastic. And it's Garfield says, who's a legend inside the AI Profit Boardroom. So thanks, Garfield. It says, tell it to remember the skill and next time create a sub agent to do it. So let's do that. Create a skill plus next time create a sub agent to publish content to WordPress. This almost feels like cheating with SEO at this point, right? By the way, if you haven't been following our results with SEO recently, it's pretty insane. Look at this chart. This is a beautiful chart. This is our SEO rankings for Julian and Goldie. So you can see Julian and Goldie on the left-hand side here, and then you can see our traffic over here, right? And it is absolutely popping off, my friends. It's popping off. If we check over the last 3 months and we look at how much traffic we're getting, you can see we went to 561 a day, 500 a day, right? And this is just by using the results and the playbooks from the AI Profit Boardroom. So if you're not using those, you're missing out. Make sure you check it right here. Right? And Asker says, I tried it. It says it cannot access the web. Can you please explain how we can enable them? It actually worked for me first time round, but if it's not working for you, I would either ask Clawdbot, like, why can't you access the web? Or check what API you're using, because maybe some APIs can't access the web. For example, if you're using Olama locally, that might not be able to access the web, right? Now you can see Clawdbot is creating the skill for SEO in the top left over here. So we'll see how that goes. Boom, look at that. It says next time you need content published, just say write a blog post and publish to WordPress, and it will spawn a sub agent that writes the content, creates a draft, reports back. Example command right here. All right, cool. Let's try this out. So let's see what keywords we've got popping off inside Clawdbot. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go to Google Trends to see what keywords we can find here. Have you installed, Karen says, have you installed Clawdbot locally? I set it up inside the terminal locally, but now it just runs in the cloud, right? It runs via the API, and it runs via Telegram. So obviously you have to install it locally somewhere via the terminal, or you can use AWS. Either way that you want to use it, all the instructions are inside there. So if we go inside here, I'm going to type in Clawdbot. worldwide past week. Look at that. Look at that graph. It's insane. It's insane, right? And then we're gonna go over side here. What we got? What we got? Clawdbot Mac Mini. That could be a good one. What is Clawdbot? I like that. All right, we can do a blog about that. All right. So if you go to Telegram now, I'm gonna say create a blog called "What is Clawdbot?" plus explain Clawdbot and create an amazing SEO optimized blog post about it. Funnel traffic to the AI profit boardroom here. Let's see if it can do this magic, right? So just to recap, what have we done so far when it comes to Clawdbot and SEO? Well, number one, we created an article inside Telegram, right? Number two, we published that to our website and we ranked within 12 hours on the first page of Google. Number three, we set up a new WordPress login and actually fired that over to Clawdbot so that it can log in separately with a sub-agent inside WordPress. We then save that as a skill so that we can call upon that workflow in the future. And then number five, we've actually taken a new keyword and we're testing out, okay, can it publish directly to WordPress? So I'm excited to test this out. Bear in mind, like, how long would this take you normally if you were using something like NA10 to set this all up, right? It'd be very messy, it'd be time consuming, it would take up a lot of brain power. Whereas you can set this up inside Clawdbot, and as you've seen today, you just in plain text explain exactly what you need. So this is why we like Clawdbot. It's insane. It's insane. All right, so it says I'll ping you when it's done with the edit link. I'm pretty excited to see that in a bit. But yeah, that's basically how you can set this up. All right, now if you want the instructions for setting up WordPress and integrating it with Clawdbot, here's what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to create a guide with Clawdbot right now, and I'll put that inside the AI profit boardroom so you can just copy and steal this whole workflow from me. So let's do that right now. So we'll say, give me a full setup guide based on what worked for you for setting up Clawdbot and WordPress for AI SEO and the setup instructions. I'll share this with non-technical people to make it easy to follow and put that inside the chat here. Then I'll set up a separate section inside the guide called SEO Setup Guide here with the 3-hour course. We now have the Clawdbot guide, as you can see. And also you can see now inside WordPress as well, we have the article from Clawdbot. So it wrote the guide on what is Clawdbot, the AI assistant that actually gets things done. So Clawdbot itself actually wrote this and posted it directly to WordPress, which is pretty insane if you ask me. You can see it right here. And then we can just hit publish on that and we're good to go, right? So if we go to quick edit, change that to publish, hit update, boom, that's now published on the website. So if we go to blog, we've got the article from Clawdbot just set up right there. Pretty insane. Pretty insane. And then you can see it's got the link to the AI profit boardroom right here if you want to learn how to use this. Pretty crazy. So if we go back to Clawdbot now, we've got the markdown guide, as you can see. So I will take that. And you can also see it gave me the notification saying the blog post is done too. And you can just tell it to publish if you want. And if you want the guide for setting up Clawdbot with WordPress, no problem. We'll put that inside the SEO setup guide section right here. So you can just get the copy and paste instructions directly from me, as you can see. Pretty simple and easy. So just Rob says, just hopped on, playing catch up in 2x speed and just installed Clawdbot earlier. I'm hoping we can make some magic happen tonight. Good for you. And yeah, there we go. So thanks so much for watching. If you haven't already, check out the AI profit boardroom, link in the comments description. You see exactly how to use Clawdbot. We've proved that it actually ranks to create SEO content. That was incredibly easy. And you can check out the whole guide inside the AI profit boardroom. Just go to the classroom here and then go to SOP updates like you can see.